Bro, did that work? Oh, my days, it finally worked. That took way too long. Holy. That took way too long. Am I live on both? Am I live on both? That took way. Am I live on both? Cool. Cool. Okay. Okay. Now I want to double screen this with the YouTube so I can see the YouTube chat. Sick, bro. Fuck, that took so long.
You guys.
But my hair is chopped to the shit house. Oh my days, hold up. God damn. That's fun. Yo, I'm live right now, breaking down my most recent edit. Please join. Yo, I'm live right. That was a shit one. Let's try it again. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love. So please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love. So please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love. So please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love. So please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love. So please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love, so please join because I am lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love, so please. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love, so please join because I am just lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love, so please join because I am just lonely as fuck. Yo, I am live right now breaking down my most recent edit that all of you seem to love, so please join. I wonder if I can add Instagram to this. Hold up. Let's see, because adding Instagram to this would honestly be sick. By adding Instagram to the... I'm seeing if I can add Instagram as one of the places that I'm live. Because that would be pretty sick. If I can go live on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube all at the same go. That'd be sick. Surely I can change the live video. If I go Instagram. Does this work? It works, but it only does like a big thing. Yo, what's up, Deep Anshi? It works, but it only does like a big thing. We're not going live on Instagram. That's chill. Okay. What does that mean? Okay, cool. We have finally gotten into the stage. I feel like there's so much I gotta like... Like, why has Twitch got such a delay on it? Is one thing I now have to figure out. Settings, channel, edit. Settings. Find gaming channels and videos. Stream. Low latency. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yo, what's up, brother? How are you, man? We're just gonna jump in. Screw it. I'm trying to sit here and fix everything, but this is literally the first time I've ever done this, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to fix any of this. Okay, all right, cool. We're gonna jump in. Also, please feel free to leave messages as we go through asking questions and stuff, because I will explain. Yo, what's good? SD. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I did post a edit very recently. It was this one here. Insane edit. Personally, I think it was sick as shit. Everyone in the comments hyping me up. It's about to hit 10,000 views, which is actually pretty good for a person who never posts edits. I'm like 99% tutorials, so that amount of views is pretty good. I'm thinking about posting edits more often. I've got one in the works at the moment. But anyway, this edit here, I had a lot of messages of people asking me how to do 90% of the things in there, and I was like, how about we just live stream a breakdown and see what happens. So I'm gonna live stream a breakdown. So what I did, these are the same edits, by the way. These two, they're the same edits. This is just the second half of the edit because I noticed the retention on this one wasn't too good. So, I reposted it. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so inside of After Effects here, and you're gonna have to excuse my setup. I do use two monitors most of the time. I have this one here, which is what you can see, and I have this one here, which is what the stream is on at the moment. And to have the stream open, I've got to have all of After Effects on one monitor. I couldn't really figure out how to dual stream anyway, because when you stream, it's just a single monitor. So, I mean, we leave it as it is. But we're gonna go through by breaking down this edit. So, to kick off the edit, basically what I like to start with is I put pins onto the sound where we're going. So you can see the sound down here. It's a banger of a song. It's called Oh 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 by Lil Tecca. Absolute banger of a song. We've got these little points here, which is where, actually, hold on, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, it's hot as hell in my room, so I'm putting on my fan. I've got a wireless mic, so I might as well talk and walk. Okay, so let's break this down. So we start off with the sound, the song. I always like to start off with the song before we get into any of this other stuff. Now, with the song, everyone knows how to point beats. Everyone knows how to place a part on a beat. So I don't know what everyone else's shortcut for it is, but mine is the number 7. And so we just pin 7 and up a little point comes. So you'll see, I'll give you a little demo right here. So we go here, 7, we get a little point. Now I do this across everywhere where I think a good transition place should be, or a good effect hit should be. And I want to make this very, very known. I have learnt a very hard lesson recently, and it's placing transitions and effects in places where the beat doesn't hit. Now, I know that doesn't really make sense, but when you watch an edit like this, there's actually I think there's like 3 transitions that don't actually hit on anything. but they just fit so well. It's about like feeling the flow of the song, you know, like the ebb and the flow, and, you know, finding good places to actually hit in the beat. And so that's what I like to start off with. So we'll play through and you can kind of see I've followed along with each of these beats. Another thing you'll also kind of notice is there's spots there where there wasn't a little nip thing down here. There wasn't a marker down there where I did transition. It's all about the feel, it's all about the flow. Now, I don't use when I'm coming here to be lectured about the feeling and the flow of an edit. You want some real deep dives on some sick effects. I have got you, let's do it. So when a lot of people look at this shit, they get really scared. There's 41 layers here, and inside each of those 41 layers there's another 10. It's pretty intimidating. I just want to break it down so that you guys aren't so intimidated, so it's nice and easy for everyone to kind of get a really good understanding. These adjustment layers up here, these are my color grade, so these aren't too, don't be worried about these three sitting up here. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on the first transition, because the first transition kind of leads into the rest of them, and I like to make it nice and simple for everyone to understand. And a lot of people wanted that glitch, and that glitch is the first transition, so it's a good thing for me to break into. Okay, so with this transition here, what we are looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So we've got 5 layers. Now, a lot of people think that is quite intimidating. Once I break it down, you're gonna understand, not intimidating whatsoever. It's nice and easy, actually. We're gonna simplify this even further and only focus on this first clip before shooting off to this second one over here. So first clip here is just her walking, and then we get the glitch into the next. Open up this comp here. We've got just the base clip. That is all it is. So a lot of people see all these 41 comps. Most of these comps are just me pre-composing the original clip. Now, the reason I like to do that is because if I'm messing with my edits and then I accidentally fuck something up and I need to come back to the original clip to be able to edit it, all I've got to do is just click into here and I've got the original clip. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the original clip, or I might get in trouble with the legend himself, Parzalu, which is why I've also got, you know, my face cam here sitting right on top of it so no one can steal it. But yeah, so I always pre-compose the original clip before I edit it. So now that we've got the original clip, let's work on the next couple of things. We'll get rid of this here too. All right, so we've got the original clip. The next clip that I think would fit really nicely into the sequence is a very, very sizable, what do you call this? Boomerang. So we get this first clip. I think what will suit really nice into it is a boomerang. So we put the boomerang next to it and we've got these two sitting here, right? So this one here, I didn't actually do anything with, yo, what's up, T-Panshu? So with this one here, I didn't actually do anything with the time remapping. I left it completely alone. You don't actually have to do too much time remapping or speed ramping. What is this guy in my chat doing, bro? Team Atulis, get out of here. Sorry, I got some guy in my chat trying to sell me shit. Anyway, so back to this first original clip. So what we got going on here, there's no time remapping. A lot of people think that you need the time remapping in every single clip. You really don't. Most of these clips, when you record them, they're well set off already, and you just need to place them in. You can kind of see I've messed with the scale a little bit. The reason I've done this was just to over-exaggerate the natural movements. What's up, Vishu? It was just to kind of over-exaggerate the natural movement of the camera. So we can kind of see she's a little bit cut out here. And so what I did was I zoomed the camera out a bit so that she would come back into frame. And I zoomed it out a little bit more so she would come even more into frame. It just made the camera look really, really, really natural. But I mean, who really cares about that? We're here for the big shit. We're here for the glitch. The glitchified transition. That is what everyone is here for. Let's be real. That's the only thing anyone liked in that edit. So we're going from this clip here to this clip over here. How did I make this piece of shit look like this gloriousness? Let's do it. Let's have a look. Let's have a squiz, shall we? So, first thing I did was obviously the Paz style overlay. The Paz style overlay is killer and a lot of people underrated. It is so underrated. Now, where did I get this from? Great question you asked. I spent hours and hours and hours actually analyzing Puzzler's video, zooming in on the video, trying to see what he wrote in the little corners, upscaling the images, trying to see what he had wrote. And then I went to After Effects and I made my own. Now that is very kind of petty of me, 100%. But I ended up coming up with a really cool overlay. Now it's not an editable overlay, but it does the job. It's not like any of you are reading it anyway. It's just a cool effect that goes over the top. And so I did that ages ago. I managed to dig through my old files, pull it up, and so it's there. So that's the first thing you see, the difference in, it's just incredible already just with the simple overlay. Now, we want to jump from here to here. Sometimes the best way to jump from one clip to another is straight up just with a little bit of a glitch overlay. So if we actually go into this, I'll give you the name. I have no idea what the name is. Anyway, you can find these online, you can search for them, or if you really want, just pick up your camera and just like shake it around a fuck ton and then throw that into After Effects. And if you throw that into After Effects, what you'll get is this like kind of overlay. So this isn't like an overlay that they've generated or anything. This is some guy who's taken this camera and he's went, and then the motion blur of everything kind of fades, like my hand is on the camera right now. He's put that over the top and it can lead to a very sick transition. So if you ever want to go from one clip to the other and the movement's really weird, really different, this thing right here, this overlay type thing works an absolute dream. I think I've got another one down here. I think that's what this is. No, that's not it. I do have one down here though, and I will find it because I will show you. Because I know this one's got the name on it. Yeah, it's called a film whip. So if you want to search for it, go for it. It's called a film whip. So you can go get some film whips. They will upgrade your edits 100%. They will look sick as shit. Now, going from here, there's a film whip. Now, but we all know that's not the only thing that happened. There was also an absolute sick glitch going on here. Now, the glitch was just this one part right here. And so we'll deep dive into it. I know this all looks pretty scary, but we'll go into it and I'll show you exactly what I've done. So we start off with the original clip. We've got the original clip. You want to pre-compose that original clip. After you've pre-composed that original clip, you want to throw on a Twixtor if you really want to make it look nice and smooth. And then after you've thrown on the Twixtor, I roto brush out the subject. So in the roto brush here, I've just got her. So I've roto brushed out the main subject. Now, a lot of people shit on roto brush and they go, I'm sorry, what's up, Galaxy? How are you, man? And they go, you know, like, I really like to use Mocha AE. Roto brushing never works for me, and it's shit. I like to use 1,000. But honestly, the roto brushing is perfectly fine. I've never had a problem with it. I think it's just a skill issue. Personally, I like roto brush. So roto brush out the subject, and the roto brush settings I use to put y'all on game is a 5 to 20% feather, an 80% contrast, a 0% shift edge, and I usually throw the reduced chatter up a bit, but this time I didn't. Just because it cut her out completely when I did that. So I had to leave it on 0, but otherwise I would throw it up to 100%. Okay, so you've got your subject roto brushed out. Now what's the next point? The next step is to get a white solid. Now, you want to get a white solid, and on the white solid, you want to add the effect fractal noise. Yo, it's good. You want to add the effect fractal noise to the white solid. So what's this going to do is it's just going to add a bunch of different boxes that are all glitching around. They're all kind of throwing around. It looks like a glitch effect. Now you can add you can do everything you want, whatever settings you want, but these are the settings I've got going on here. So the max fractal type, the block noise inverted, contrast to 180, brightness to -25. Take a screenshot of it if you want. Honestly, I don't really care. So you've got the fractal noise on the white solid. Add a linear wipe. Now the reason you want a linear wipe is because you see you want it to kind of wipe in at the start, right here, so 100 to 0, and at the end you want it to wipe out. This is just keyframing the glitch. So this glitch that we look at here, it doesn't just spawn in and spawn out. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it actually kind of comes in and then comes out, and that's what this is here. So white solid, fractal noise, linear wipe it, make it go across like that, start and end. Cool. Pre-compose that, and now we're sitting pretty in here. Now, what you want to do is an adjustment layer. On the adjustment layer, add displacement map. Galaxy, I have got you, my guy. I'm going to be posting it on YouTube. So with the adjustment layer, you want to throw on a displacement map. So once you've got the displacement map on there, you want to change the displacement map to the white solid. So what we're telling After Effects here is we want this adjustment layer to map the displacement map that we just made. So to make this easier for everyone to understand, we've got the white solid, we've made it all glitchy, we've made it fade in, we've made it fade out. Now what we're gonna do is use the adjustment layer to basically make the glitch. So add an adjustment layer, throw in a displacement map, change the displacement map to the white solid, change the max vertical to 5, horizontal to 5, max vertical to -49 is what I personally really liked. And then pretty sure, yep. What you want to do now is you want to track mat it. So what you see in here is when we didn't track mat it. So when you don't track mat it, it's just over the entire thing. I don't really have the technical lingo, the technical lingo to explain what the fuck a track map is. I don't. But I can tell you that when you do it, this is gonna happen. So you're gonna roto brush, you're gonna make your white solid background, you're gonna make your adjustment layer with your displacement map, and you're gonna track mat it across. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see the glitch effect is now on top of your roto brushed person. Sick. This is the start of the glitch effect. It looks cool. We're all hyped because we just made something. It looks so fucking sick. Pre-comp it all together. Now we're getting into some real juicy shit. Now, this isn't a bunch of random crap. This is all one clip. Explain some words in Hindi. I don't speak Hindi. At all. Anyway, so what we're gonna, what are we saying here? 3 of you left, how dare you? So this all here isn't one clip. So we've pre-composed everything we were just working on. We've gotten this one clip, and what I've done is I've just gone through and cut it a bunch. I've just cut it, and then I've been left with this. So let's do this in a simpler way. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bottom clip that you've just pre-composed. You're gonna add shift channels to it, and then you're going to change the setting from take blue from blue, and then turn these off. So full off, full off. Duplicate this, duplicate this, and in this one, take the full blue off, and then put the green to green. Now duplicate it again, turn the green full off, and then make the red, red. Now what this is going to accomplish for you is it's going to give you what's called a shift channel. It's going... Okay, I'll slow down by talking a little bit for you. So with the shift channels, now that we've done that, what it's going to do is it's going to create this blue, red, yellow, green glitch that we're looking at. So if I click on this one, you see this one's a take from blue, this one's a take from blue, this one's a take from red, this one's a take from red, this one's a take from red, a red, and then these ones are all greens. So now that we've done that, what's going to happen is you're going to get this really cool looking glitch going on. What I want you to do is throw it underneath the pre-comp of your normal person. So we've got your normal person sitting here. We've got your normal person, your normal roto brush. You want to throw it on top of all the blue and pink and green glitches. And what you're going to be left with is this. Now this looks cool, it looks all right. I was originally going to leave it like this, but I didn't really like it. And what I did was I actually threw on an invert effect. Now, with the invert effect, I just put a bunch of different keyframes. I manually keyframe through it. Sometimes it's just what you to do. And what it did was it really lightened up the colors. So I didn't like these shifts because the colors were so dark, they looked almost gross. So I threw on an adjustment layer with the invert effect. And then as you go through, it's going to lighten up all of the shift channels and it's going to just look so much better. Now, again, we're going to pre-compose this all together. And what you're going to be left with is this right here. You're going to be left with this overlay. So what I've done with this overlay it's a bit out of timing, to be honest. I don't really know what happened with it. I'll have to come back and fix that later. But you just stick it over the top. And so towards the end, it'll glitch. And then what'll happen is it'll glitch. Then this overlay that we were talking about before will show up. And then you'll go into your next. Now, with this as well, it's also a good idea to add a quick VR glitch. It adds an extra layer to the glitch. So we got this glitch going on. Enable the VR glitch. What we've got is a little bit better. It's a cool looking glitch. Personally, I like it. I'm gonna go piss while I got the viewers. Yo, what's up, mate? I had to go to the toilet, my bad. I've been drinking quite a little bit of Cordial. If you don't know what Cordial is, it's cordial and I'm just talking shit. But goddamn, does it taste good. Alright, let's get back into it. So, glitch effect. Explained. You got the glitch file, you got the overlay. Everything's done. Cool. Now, one thing I really want to hammer on is your edits will look absolute dog shit. Mine look absolute dog shit. They all look dog shit. Okay? Until you add the fucking color grading and the motion blur and then render that bitch and throw it through Topaz. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at this edit and I was like, I'm just going to trust the process and hope it looks good when it comes out, because this looks like crap. And it did not disappoint. It went through the rendering process, it went through everything like that, and it looked fucking incredible. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm telling you right now, and this is a hard lesson I've had to learn recently, your edits will look goddamn dog shit till you render her, till you stick 3 color grades, until you stick a motion blur, until you throw it through Topaz. It's just not gonna look, it's just not gonna look that happy. Okay? So, let's get into the next part. Now, this is pretty, I am reading the chat, but I am, okay? I'm reading you. Leave me alone. Nah, anyway. So, this next part's pretty simple, but it kind of looks complicated because it's 36 to 29, so there's 7 layers. There's 7 layers there. Why the fuck is there 7 layers there? Why is there 7 layers there? We need to figure it out. So let's lock in right here where most of the layers are. Because I guarantee you can't see it. I guarantee that you can't see it. Right here, right at that frame. Boom. Nothing happened. Yo, I'm a fraud. Nah, just joking. I had to disable all my effects because my computer could not run and stream at the same time. Very unfortunate is the way it is. Cool. All right, so basically what happened here is for one singular keyframe, what I've done is a quick little flicker to dick. I just said that. That was so weird, bro. I'm trying to be cool, and really I should just be talking about editing. Okay, so we want to go from here to here. Again, they're 2 different movements. It's really weird. What do we do? A lot of people think for one singular keyframe of a transition isn't good. Really, this one keyframe? Tell me that one keyframe wasn't good enough. It was good enough, okay? It was good enough. You're just lying, bro. You don't know. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so we go through here. You get that one keyframe. It's the flash. It's a glitch. It's cool. Into the next, we're flying. We are laughing. Now I'm gonna show you how I did this because this is sick, and I personally think it looks cool. And even though the person watching on Instagram will not notice it, they'll notice it. You know, they won't notice it. They won't go like, oh shit, that frame was sick. But their mind will be like, this edit is so clean, I can't even comprehend what is happening. I have no idea what's happening. And I'm gonna be like, I know what's happening. I know what's happening, and you're gonna know what's happening. So with this frame right here, what we've got is a very easy thing to understand. We've taken this clip here is this. So right, if I disable all this, you can see it's the same. Okay, play the video you made till now. Then I gotta ask something. Just ask it. Ask it, I don't care, go for it. All right, cool, so anyway, we've got the single frame here. What I've done is I have roto brushed out her. So I roto brushed out her, and then I deep glowed her. So like, look, ready? She's there, roto brush, deep glow. That's the first layer. Now, what I've done is I've duplicated it 3 more times. Now, I can actually show you what I've done. So you duplicate it 3 more times, delete the glow, wait, hold up. I've made a grave mistake and lied. Okay, wait, so we've roto brushed her out. She's now there, we've got that glitch. We want the background to glitch along with her because, you know, we want that congruency. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this once. Add the effect shift channels. Now with shift channels, this is how you get that like really nice, different color look, like through 3D glasses, I guess you could say. You wanna turn everything to full off, so it goes black. turn the take red from red. Duplicate it again, the whole comp. Change the red to off, and then change the green to green. Nah, but I love Rotobrush. I said that just before. Rotobrush, insane. Like, a lot of people hate Rotobrush. Like, they hate Rotobrush and they go, my DaVinci shit's better. Mocha AE is better. I've never had a single issue with Rotobrush. That was a blatant lie. I have had a lot of issues with Rotobrush. But it does my job, so I'm gonna keep using it. Now, duplicate this again, change the green to full off, and then change the blue to the blue. Now, you're just like, well, Kalen, you've just got a blue background. It looks like shit. Looks like shit. You're right, it does. Until we do this. Ready? Ready? You're not even ready. Boom, boom. Offset this one by 1, this one by 2. Cut them. Change these 3 layers mode to add. Sorry, I meant screen. So change the top 2 to screen, the bottom 1 to normal, and now what you've got, as you can see, is that little background glitch effect, how it goes like green and pink and red, and it just looks so fucking sick. And so now what we've got her, boom, she stays for 1 frame, she's Rotobrush, she's glowing, the background glitches, and then we go on to the next. That's how I did that transition. It might have been better if I had left it for like more frames. Like that does look cool, but personally, I like the way it looks how it is, so I'm gonna just leave it. And I mean, it's too late, I already posted it. Now, onto this part here. This part might be an easier glitch to understand, like for everyone to understand. So we'll go through it, okay? Let's have a look. So what we've done is, all I've done was, I took this part of the clip. So these 2 clips overlapped. I cut, I'll actually show you. So what I did was I overlapped these 2 clips, and then I cut this part here where it overlapped. And then this is what I used. So if we deep dive into it, what I would have had is this. So this is the original clip. Pre-compose this clip and it gets you here. Rotobrush out the subject and it gets you here. The preview from starting, man, it's the Instagram. It's just this. That's the preview. I'm just showing you. A lot of the stuff in the edit was repetitive, so I'm just showing you how I do each part. All right, so in here, you've Rotobrush out. You're left with this. Add a white solid. Add fractal noise with these settings. Screenshot them if you want, or just come back to the recording later. Linear wipe. With the linear wipe, go from 100 to 0, and then from 0 to 100, just to get that transition going. Now, pre-compose that and you end up back out here. Add an adjustment layer, add displacement map, choose the second white solid that you just made. Max horizontal to 5, max vertical displacement to -49. And you want to keyframe those, just mess with it however you want. Honestly, it doesn't really matter at this point. Just add keyframes and mess with the 2 and just make it fucking glitchy out and shit. Then you want to take the track mat, connect it to that solid, enable the visibility, and what you get left with is like this massive, cool looking glitch. Now, when you come back out here, what you want to do is you want to add the shift channels, take from red, duplicate it, add shift channels again, but instead do the blue, offset it across 1 frame, and then add an invert effect and just mess with the keys. Just mess with the keys, make it look sick. Like, without the invert effect, it looks cool, but with the invert effect, it just adds an extra layer of flicker. I think it's sick. And I even messed with the hue and saturation just because I wanted the colors to be a little bit brighter. So honestly, just mess with it. And then pre-compose all this together, and then add the VR glitchifier. And then what you end up left with is this really sick glitch overlay, and it leads into the next clip. Cool. All right, now into the next clip. Same thing again that I've already explained twice, is that whole glitch. But we do get into a very cool effect here as well. Which might take a second to render. Cool. So you see that little pink thing that's coming in behind her when she flicks her hair and it goes pink? I'll show you guys how to do that. Now, I've actually made a YouTube tutorial on how to do that effect. So, I mean, if you want, you can go check out the YouTube channel. Otherwise, let's have a look here. So what I've done is I've gotten the original clip here. So this is the original clip. I cut it where I want the blowout to start. When I want the blowout to start, I just cut it for simplicity, you know, I guess it just makes it easier to understand where the effect's starting, where the effect stops. And before I did anything, I duplicated it and roto-brushed out the main subject. Now the reason we do this is because we want the pink blow up behind her, not in front of her. So we put her on top, and the bottom layer here is where the pink blow up's gonna happen. Now the effects used are S-warp fisheye, S-warp puddle, turbulent displace, S-distort chroma, and you can take screenshots of all these settings. I don't really care, go for it. Again, tutorial on my YouTube. And you just want to follow these keyframes. So you want the S-warp fisheye to go from 0.5 out to negative 0.08. You want the S-warp puddle, amplitude, frequency, and phase start to go from those amounts there that you can see. I'd probably just screenshot it to those amounts there. The turbulent displacement, amount, offset, and evolution to go from these values here. Again, screenshot it. Like, just screenshot all this right here. Screenshot, screenshot, these ones, screenshot, screenshot, just copy them. Look at this here, screenshot, screenshot, just screenshot all this shit, honestly, because it's too hard for me to go in, but it's easy for you guys to. It's so much easier for you guys just to screenshot and copy it than for me to talk to you about it. So especially since there's already a YouTube video on it. Now, this doesn't actually make it pink. What this does is it makes a warp. So you see, like, behind her, as you can see, it literally just warps. It doesn't actually make it pink. The pink effect, I had some very, very fun messing around with figuring out. What I did was I added a white solid. So let's have a look. I wonder if I can, like, no, I can't. Yeah, so I added a white solid. I added the 4-color gradient. I turned all the colors to pink, which made the white solid pink, and I masked out a little layer around her original. I masked her out here. So where the glitch was biggest, I masked around her. And so with that, what I did was then keyframe the mask expansion. So when the blur and everything happened behind her, when everything glitched, I just made the pink get really big. And it kind of just matches with it. And then I faded it out with the opacity. And so it just kind of matches with that point. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. Cool, on to the next. Just 2 clips, literally, right, 2 clips next to each other. A little bit of time remapping and some lumetri color to make a flash. Simple stuff everyone should know how to do. That was a lot of effects. I wonder what this next part is. Oh, this next part was cool. This next part was my favorite part. And no one seemed to like it. So I'm kind of a bit upset about that, but I don't know, I don't really care. So let's get into it. So we've obviously got 2 layers. The top layer is her. The bottom layer is literally just a film whip. You can download these film whips anywhere on Google, just Google film whip and you'll see it pop up. So get the film whip, put it underneath. Put her on top, or put whatever your clip is on top, and add the effect crop edges. When you add crop edges, it'll add all 5 of these. Turn the crop amount to 5% and the feather to 20, because you don't want a harsh edge while doing this. You want it to be nice and feathered. You can see it's got like a little bit of a blur around the edge, as opposed to that where it's really harsh. So I don't really like that at all. So we've got like a faded square now, basically. Now, I can't remember what the Lumetri color was for. Pretty sure it's just a flash. Now, all you want to do is just scale it and rotate it out. So keyframe the scale and the rotation, just make it come out. And then you've literally got this on the background. What do you mean by pre-render? Are you talking about like proxies and stuff? Like, is that what you're talking about, proxies? Is there a different, what's the difference between MP4 and MOV? And so yeah, you literally just scale and rotate it out. You've got the background behind it, flickering around, and you just add a Lumetri color and do a flash with the, what's it called? With the exposure at the end, just to transition to the next one. You can also mess with the scale a little bit if you want. I just did that to make it go in. Now in here, I did the same thing with the shift channels that I've been doing this entire time and telling you all to do. Is so you get one, shift channels red only, duplicate it, shift channel green only, number 3, shift channel blue only. And then I noticed this clip was like dead ass super dark, so I added an ambient light. And then what we got here is this really nice glitch look. And so we got the background, the corners are nice and faded, it's got a bit of a glitch, we're chill. Into the next. Well, I'm just seeing a bunch of compositions in one project. I don't know, I just read it's good to render and export a video. Go Loki, I don't know. Loki, I don't know either. A lot of people have actually had to go at me for using MOV files only and not transitioning into MP4. But I don't know. I don't know the difference. My PC definitely doesn't run fine. I mean, I don't know anyone with a PC that runs fine on After Effects at all. I was actually half an hour late to this stream because I couldn't figure out how to make fucking After Effects run and Twitch at the same time. It straight up crashed 4 times on me while I tried to launch the stream. I got there in the end, but it was pretty horrendous. So maybe I do need to do the MP4 crap you're talking about. But as far as I'm concerned, I got no clue. I just throw the shit in and I edit it. Now, moving on to this next part. What we've got here is the original clip, which looks sick, by the way. I put a little bit of optics compensation on there. Now, if you don't know what optics compensation is, what it does is it basically stretches the edges, sort of like that. So it like stretches. It's like a fisheye kind of looking thing. So I keyframed it from 60 to 0 just to make it kind of fade in really, really well. And then from there, I added an adjustment layer. On this adjustment layer, I actually had a VHS flicker effect preset. I don't know how the hell it ever got there. I don't remember making it, but it's there. So I've used one, just screenshot all my effects and have at it. Got the glows, veterinarian blinds, wave warp, glow 1, glow 2, fast box blur, flicker opacity, and Lumetri color. Yeah, no, my playback's not that bad. I don't think anyone's. I mean, I am rendering a quarter resolution. I had to. I was trying in 4 and it just kept crashing. So that's what we've done. So you can screenshot all these, and what we'll do is when you turn them back on, you'll get this VHS look. It looks pretty sick. It looks pretty real. And now, unfortunately, the VHS kind of went over the edges. Obviously, that's what's going to happen. It's a part of the clip. And so what I did is I just got my fisheye PNG, which I have given away before, and I stuck that on top of it and made my own fisheye lens. And so it looked like she was holding a VHS camera. Oh my God. I know, right? I'm so cool. I'm really smart with this sort of stuff, aren't I? Next level self-glaze. Let's have a look at let's have a look at Kaylin's PC. No, I don't use proxies. I hate waiting for them to render, which is funny because a lot of people would rather render a proxy, but I do not use proxies, no. I hate waiting for proxies to render. 12th gen Intel Core i7. I don't know what that means. I got 64 gigs of RAM because that was the only thing I knew about PC, and I knew that I needed a lot of RAM. Now the 1 terabyte of disk space, 1 terabyte of external space, because that is my disk, that's my disk cache for After Effects, is a whole terabyte of external. This is my disk cache, basically. I bought a whole terabyte external storage just for the cache. Disk 2, Wi-Fi, no one cares. I got an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. I got it secondhand. I probably shouldn't have. But who cares? The secondhand, it's been goated so far. I don't know shit from sticks about PCs, I'm not gonna lie. I talked to some guy on Discord for 4 hours and he helped me build this shit. He just kept asking me questions and coming back with like different builds. And I talked to another guy and I threw, like, this guy built me this, and I went and talked to another guy behind that guy and asked him if he was a good build, and he fixed some more shit on it, and I did that again and again and again until eventually people were like, yeah, this is a good build. And so I got the 12 i7, I've got the RTX 3070, and then I've got 64 gigs of RAM because no fucking way in hell was I having any less than 64. They kept trying to convince me to go to 32, and I have ran into RAM problems with 64 gigs of RAM, so thank God I've never done that. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I don't know anything about cores. I just know that guy helped me pick one. Okay. All right, next part is this. So I got to enable the effects I had to disable the effects so that I could actually watch it. Okay, so for the initial wave in, I thought her names would look, I thought like the glitch of her arms and shit would look sick. So again, you guys should know how to do this now because I've said it 4 times, right? Duplicate, add the shift channels, take red from red, everything else full off. Duplicate it, turn just on the green, everything else off. Duplicate it again, turn the blue on and everything else off. Then I just added a flicker because I thought a flicker looked nice, and we got left with this sick arm effect. Boom. Next clip. I don't think there's anything on this next clip. Got to enable the effects again. Just Lumetri colors and shakes. You know, just basically shakes and flashes, you know, some simple stuff. Let's enable the last couple of effects for these. Cool. Bro, honestly, ask me questions. You asking me questions is so helpful because I don't even know what to talk about here. Are you talking about this clip here? Back, like this, are you talking about this one back here? Shit, I probably shouldn't do that on stream, man. It's kind of rank. I do not use Blender, no. Blender scares me. I am fucking terrified of Blender. Also, I don't know how my PC could run if I had Blender on here. Yeah, with that clip, let's check. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, sir. I did use warp stabilizer. Very good catch. My warp stabilizer settings are usually 10 to 50% smoothness, position, scale, rotation, stabilize, crop, and auto scale. And then I make sure under here to turn on detailed analysis and turn off fast analysis. It takes a lot longer, but it looks sick in the end. Yeah, there is a bit of delay, but honestly, it renders in the background. My PC's good enough that I can render that in the background. So usually I just put it on and I leave and I work on the next clip afterwards. Now with this next part, this was the full clip. What I did is I cut the end part. We'll actually be getting into Premiere Pro because I use both. I do a dual setup system. Premiere Pro is after this, and I'll show you what I do in there. On the same edit too, because I use both of them to make one edit. Okay, so this part was this part here. All I did was I clipped it, and then I moved it up to the top, which is what this is. And then below here is just the film whips that I was telling you just get anywhere online. Again, all I did was just crop edges, a 5% crop amount with a 20% fade, scale it out. It's at 85% scale, and then that's all it does. It just looks clean, like it looks cool. Now, if you did that, if you made that, you'd probably be like, shit, this doesn't actually look that clean. Actually, it looks really shit. But in the end, I think it looks sick. Like, you gotta understand, while you're in the editing software and you're staring at it at half speed, it's gonna look shit. You gotta render it with the motion blur and everything like that. You gotta render with the motion blur, with the LUTs and everything, and then you can judge whether the effect looks good or not. Now, my bro Oscar, he wants a CC tutorial. I'll give you a CC tutorial. I'll do you one better. My CC tutorial will take 60 seconds. I bet you. I'm even put a timer up. 60-second CC tutorial. Download a bunch of LUTs online and just use that shit. I've never had a bigger waste of time than color grading. Color grading is the biggest waste of time in my opinion. All I do is I get adjustment layers. So I've got 3 adjustment layers here. I bought a pack of CCs online and I just use these. I just throw them onto, like, look at that. You telling me that's not clean? You telling me that's not a clean color grade? I didn't even color grade that shit. I bought a LUT pack. And so what I've done is I've put the LUT on this one, I've put the LUT on this one, I put the LUT on that one. So these are my 3 favorite LUTs to use. And then I messed with the opacity until it looked really, really nice. That is a less than 50-second CC tutorial. Buy a LUT pack online, throw the shit on adjustment layers, and fuck with the opacity until it looks good. Even if your lighting's cooked. 100%. I guarantee you this will work. Your voice come only left, bro. What do you mean my voice? What are you talking about? But I'm telling you, that is the CC method. Look how good that looks. Like, I don't even think I bought those LUTs. I don't even think I bought those LUTs. I'm pretty sure I just got them. I think I found them for free, to be honest. Fix your voice. What's wrong with my voice? Does anyone else notice shit with my voice? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with my voice? Anyone else notice anything wrong with my voice? Or is it just RM? Yeah, it's just RM. RM, fix your goddamn PC, brother. That's you. Bro's on some hard stuff, you know, guys. He's had a couple mushies. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, so that's basically the whole breakdown of that first edit portion. Now, after this, I export the entire thing. I'm going to save it. I'm going to leave. Because my PC cannot handle more than 1 app at a time running. And we're going to open Premiere Pro. So, we're coming into Premiere Pro now. To be completely honest, I forgot where my Premiere Pro thing is. Let me just find it. I'm just gonna open it and see what's in there. Whereas Wi-Fi is not Wi-Fiing. Look at I kind of hate when people say that. It is what it is. I mean, say what you want, but sound design. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so what happens in Premiere Pro? Sound design and sound design only. I swear, that's all I use. So. Okay, so basically what I got here is I've got the song, and I got a bunch of shit underneath it. So I'm going to show you guys what it's like without all the rest of this crap. So we got the original clip here, the original sound. I did some normal messing around with the original sound. What I mean by that is I just cut places where I think some... Yo, much appreciated for stacking whoosh SFX tip. Nah, that's fine, man. Honestly, it's a banger tip. It's a banger tip. If you don't stack your whooshes, they're not gonna sound too good. So stacking your whooshes, banger tip. Anyway, so we start off with the original sound. In the original sound, I cut it up into places where I think a muffle would sound good and a fade. So I like a fade personally at the end. All I do is I just cut how much I want it to fade and I drag that thing across. So the end's faded. Now, I cut places where I think a muffle would sound good. So for example, right here and right here were two places where I thought the song would sound good, muffled. I'm literally willing to put my arms in the phone screen and edit for you. Thanks, man. I don't know what to say to that. Anyway, so I cut out places where I think the muffle would sound good. Now, to make the muffle, all you gotta do is add the low pass effect, and then your shit will literally be muffled. So we turn that off. You know, it sounds shit. I made it way better. I'm a better sound designer than Lil Tecca. Get out of here. Sounds cool. I did to here as well, and then I faded it out. Yeah, then I faded it out. Cool, so cool. Now, the next part is ambience. This is just an ambient... What the fuck is Mogrove? I don't know what that means. Anyway. So we add ambient. I'm pretty sure these were birds. Nah, it's wind. You can't hear it, but I can hear it. It's there. It's so slightly there. But that's the point. It's ambient wind. You're not meant to hear it. You're just meant to kind of think, yeah, I do motion graphics. The fuck do you mean? Have you not seen my crap? Look at this. Where is it? Is that not motion graphics? What's motion graphics then, bro? If that's not motion graphics, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so we got the background air, wind. Next, we're gonna add these. Can you hear that? I don't think you can hear that. It's basically cloth. I get cloth and I throw cloth where I think good movement of clothing is happening in the videos. It's like right there when she's like, her clothes are moving, so I'm putting cloth. Now, next, steps. They are steps. Anytime she stepped, there was a step sound effect. I don't know if you just can hear this or not, but it's meant to be really in the background anyway. After that, I've got this thing I got it off Parzalu's Patreon. What it was like, you know those Zippo lighters? It was that. I find that those Zippo lighters go so insane in edits. Anywhere where there's like a glitch or something, Zippo lighters, insane. They go insane. Now, Zippo lighters and the camera flash go hand in hand, so I stuck them all on this line. After that, we get onto the whooshes. Layer your whooshes, bro, I swear to God. What I do is I take all my whooshes, I throw them all into a pile. There's about like 8 of them. I get all the low frequency ones, which are like these ones. I get all the mid frequency ones, and I get all the high frequency ones. So these are low, high, I mean medium and high. So I'll actually show you the difference. And you'll know exactly what I mean. You'll be able to hear it. It's like a low pitch sound. Like it sounds like low and medium and high. You'll like. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Let me drag it up here. See, this one was like, it was like low. That was a little higher. That one was really high. That's the whole point. When you put them three together, like I've done on these right here, what you get is some sick sounding shit. Sometimes you can even layer it 4. You get really nice sounding stuff. And at the bottom here, what I added was just like an extra whoosh. I added a little raindrop sound just for this effect. So the way you want to do is you want to start with ambience. Then you want to start with close and stuff like that. Then you want to start with like little glitches and, you know, some little pops and little lighter flicks and stuff like that. Then you want to do all your whooshing and then some more like the effects and stuff. The way I like to think about it is what can I see first? Like what's ambient? Like wind, birds, nature. What can I see now? Clothes rustling, steps, walking. And then what have I added? So effects. So you sound design the shit you can't see first, like the wind. Then you sound design the shit you can see, like her walking or clothes. And you sound design the shit that you added, like the effects. And then obviously somewhere in there you add all your wishes. Now after that, what I do is I come into the audio track and I turn everything that's not the song to -12. As you can see, they're all -12 down the bottom here. And a couple of others down to -16. Depending on how loud they are, I'll turn it down. But -12 is a pretty good set. And I put a studio reverb on everything. Even the song. Everything gets a studio reverb up here. And then, you know what? And in the end, you know, everything's sick, everything's cool. What we've got is the final product. And what I want you to notice is it doesn't go over that 3. Like if it does, it's for a second, but it doesn't hit up into the red. It stays in that orange. Cool. So that's the end of the sound design. Now what I do is I just disable this. I export it as an MP3 file. And I take it back into After Effects. So we're going to go back into After Effects again. Oh my god, guys, I got 8 people watching me. I'm fucking famous. Thank you so much. Is this the old save? Fucking better be. Yo, bro, just said 7 and then left. Cool, anyway, so what we do now is I pre-compose all this together, which I've done and I don't want to do it again. It's here somewhere. It's probably this one. Have I frozen? My camera dead ass froze, bro. That's so annoying. Anyway, it is what it is. We keep moving forward. So what you do is you pre-compose all of this stuff. We've done the sound design. We've done all the effects. Everything's sick. What we get into is somewhere here. Yeah, my bad, bro. My fucking face cam froze and I'm super sad about it. Alright, that's enough. That was kind of rude. I have hair because I try and have hair. Bro, where the fuck did it go? Am I in the wrong folder? God damn. Definitely not in the old folder, but whatever. Alright, anyway, so we pre-compose all this together. Boink, boink, pre-compose. And then what I do from then is, so you pre-compose everything. Add an adjustment layer, throw on RSMB Pro. Your LUT's already on there from inside here. And then we get into the rendering. The rendering is very fun, very, very fun. So we export it, add it to the media encoder. Yeah. Yeah, open up media encoder. Now, I'm giving away my super secret render settings here, so don't fug with me. You know, you better like, how many people are watching right now? Let's have a look. There's 6 of you watching here, and you're all gonna have the best quality in the fucking world, thanks to me. So, who cares? Would you rather a 2-year render time or the worst fucking video of your life getting rendered? I would rather a 2-year render, personally. This is kind of annoying. I want my face cam back. Give me that shit. Come here. Turn back on. Is what it is. Anyway, so we got the high bitrate custom. So these are my settings. These are my super secret settings that everyone's gonna love and want to know, want to learn. Click on the high bitrate custom. Wait for that shit to load because it is gonna take 2 years. Boom, we're in. Cool. Match the source straight away. Frame rate 29.97, field progressive, aspect ratio, square, pixel, right? You can fucking see it behind my face. Yeah, my face cam froze. Now, down below here, render at maximum depth. Software encoding, main profile, 4.1 level, Rec 709, 203 HDR graphics white, okay? Scroll down. VBR pass 1, 45, 45. I swear to God, if I have anyone fuck with me with these goddamn bitrate settings, I'm gonna crash out. Turn them to 45. God damn. I'm sick of everyone arguing about these bitrate settings. Turn them to 45, 45. I swear to God. Oh my God. I want my camera to work again. Hold on. If you can all bear with me for like 2 seconds. Let me fix this piece of shit. Oh my God. Hello? Am I at my Facebook yet? Yo, I'm back. Let's go. I'm back, bro. I'm back and better than ever. except for the fact that my fucking thing's a square now, but it's fine. Anyway, let's go through my settings, okay? These are my super secret, viral, high quality settings that everyone's always trying to message me about in my Instagram messages. I can open one for you right now. I'll literally show you. People are always hitting me up for these settings. It's kind of a little bit annoying. Like, look at Fares right here. Sorry to pull you out, Fares, if you ever see this. He's got 1.5 thousand followers. Bro, Topaz settings. He didn't even say please. Come on, Farhaz. Anyway, I'm gonna give them to you. So, what we're gonna do is, in media encoder, match the source. Frame rate, 29.97. Field order, progressive. Aspect, square pixels, 1. Render at maximum depth. Make sure that shit's turned on. Down here, we wanna go to software encoding. We want main profile, 4.1 level, Rec 709, 203 HDR graphics. Down to the color primaries, P3D 65. Follow all this shit. Now the bitrate settings, I swear to God, I'm gonna argue with so many people over the bitrate settings. VBR 1 pass, 45 total and maximum bit rates. If any one of my comments goes, that shit didn't work for me. Bro, I spent so long trying to figure out fucking settings that worked. I will fight you one-on-one real life if you try and argue with me on this shit. Turn the bitrate to 45. No, Oscar. God damn it, bro. Go to 1, I swear to God. Go to 1, 45. All right, scroll down, use maximum render quality. Now, because just use the 1 pass. You'll see why in a second. 45 is too high for Instagram. We're gonna fix that, okay? In a different app. Yes, exactly. That's what you want. You want think of this. You're basically saying that you want your quality to be shit before Instagram even gets a hold of it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what software encoding is. I just know it works better than the hardware encoding. I think hardware encoding is faster and software encoding is longer, but it's more in depth. So 45 is too high for Instagram, but you want to do that. VBR past 45. You're making it too good for Instagram to handle. Click OK. Tick it. Render it. I'm not going to because my PC will crash. And then what you're going to do is you're going to open Topaz. This is an essential step. Now, I have the legally acquired Topaz. No, see? Software encoding, it'll be faster. If you use hardware encoding, it'll be faster. It'll look like shit. Use the software encoding. You guys are trying to optimize speed and your videos are coming out looking like crap. You need to be patient. Editing's a waiting game. Cool. Open Topaz, 2.6.4, bought legally, browse. Shit, what can I add here? I'm just gonna add like my most recent edit. Cool, so we've got this in here, right? What you wanna do is, I've got my little preset here, it's called Instagram. So basically what we've done, right, is if we had used those normal render settings that I just gave you, Instagram wouldn't handle it. Definitely 100% would compress everything, it would look like shit. But we need it to be the highest quality possible, because what we're doing, right, is so in After Effects, we're exporting it, highest quality, and we're gonna take it to Topaz to make Instagram be able to handle it. We're based, because like, let's say I kill it in let's say for example, like Oscar was doing with his fucking VBR 1 pass, 2 pass bullshit, right? He's ruining everything before he even puts it on Instagram. He's ruining everything before he even runs it through Topaz. It's like, what are you doing? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna up the quality as high as we can get it, and then Topaz, even though it is a quality enhancer, what it's going to do is make Instagram be able to handle it. It's going to compress it without compressing the quality, if that makes sense. So what you want to do is you want to go high video quality, progressive video type, high compression, Proteus fine tune, turn revert compression to 100, recover details to 100, sharpen to 55, reduce noise to 20, de-halo to 40. I don't know what this does, so I usually just leave it alone. Change the custom settings so that it highlights it all. Now down here is your bit rates. No way. So before, when we were having a fat argument in Media Encoder about the bit rate, 45 is too high, yes. But we're taking it to Topaz because what Topaz is gonna do is take it down to 15 megabytes per second for us without compressing it. If you put it straight into Instagram, Instagram would do the exact same thing, but it would make it look like shit in the process. Topaz doesn't make it look like shit in the process, and it achieves the same bit rate. So we put it into Topaz. Exactly. See, Oscar gets it. Anything over that is too quick. It's 15. It's not 12. 15 is the limit for Instagram. So we stick it at 45, so that it's the highest quality possible, and we bring it into Topaz and compress it down to 15 without fucking the quality. That's why I love Topaz so much. It's not the fact that Topaz just makes it look so good. It's the fact that Topaz compresses the bit rate without compressing the quality. So, MP4, H.264. Start processing that shit. Now, once you've processed it, bro, into Google Drive or airdrop it to your phone, because those are the only two ways. It's free if you know where to look. Topaz is free if you know where to look. Airdrop it, Google Drive to your phone, onto your phone, post it from your Instagram on your phone, because for some reason your Instagram on your phone does not seem to compress as much, especially when you enable a couple of the quality settings. Now that is the end of that edit. Now, I don't want to really end the stream straight away because I actually want to show you guys the next edit that I've been working on. So, who wants to see the next edit that I've been working on? Who wants to see what's happening with it? You gotta tell me. I'm not showing you. Run it. This is gonna be one of my best ones. So ready? This is the next thing in the works. The next thing. I was working on this today. Ready? That girl, she got on my clone. I told that little girl that she got it, she's too bad. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks, I just be clearing it. She said my dick, then she get delirious. Okay, jump on the jet, so I'm clearing it. Okay, pop, but I'm not talking new. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. If that boy try to make a fuss move. That girl, she got on my clone. I told that little girl that she got it, she's too bad. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks, I just be clearing it. She said my dick, then she get delirious. Okay, jump on the jet, so I'm clearing it. Okay, pop, but I'm not talking new. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. If that boy try to make a fuss move. So fucking sick, bro. I'm so happy with that. That's all you get to see. It is a W. Cool. After that, all I'm going to do is add the effects and everything, smooth it out a bit more, and then it's done. Render it, you know, Topaz it like I just showed you. Post on Instagram, it'll be done. But anyway, that is the end of the stream. There was 6 concurrent viewers, 4 chat rate, 98 views, 10 likes, 2-minute 30 average viewer duration. So I appreciate that, guys. That was sick. Literally no one showed up on Twitch, which is fine. This was my first stream in a while. I'll probably stream more often because I like streaming. Went for an hour and a half, so pretty decent stream. I appreciate everyone showing up. This will be on YouTube for everyone to go back and rewatch it again. And I'm gonna go eat some fucking food. So, I don't really know what else to say. Have a good one. See you later.